Turn this on. Is this thing on? It's on now. Everybody, New York Pro coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals here from Muscular Development, sitting with Tonio The Predator Burton. This guy's got a lot of buzz going into the show, and for good reason. If you follow his Instagram, this guy looks phenomenal. Wow. Tonio, man, so back even when you were 212, which was how long ago? What was your last 212 show that you did?
It was actually Legion after Olympia in 2021. So, yeah, I did Legion right after that. And I got fourth to Sean Clarita, Reagan, and Sergio.
Oh, that's right. That was your first open show, right?
Correct.
Yeah, just like Clarita. So the two of the top four were 212 guys in that show. And the other two were like 283,000-pound guys. Yeah, that was something else. But, yeah, man, so what did you weigh at your first open show? Wasn't much more, right?
No, first open show Legion, I was around 215, 216. Yeah, nothing crazy at all. Just got to fill out more and didn't have to worry about the scale, so I didn't have to fast for a whole day to make weight.
Okay, I don't know if you've announced it on social media what you weigh. I'm going to do my best guess right now. I'm usually pretty good at this, so let's see how I do. I'm going to go, do you know what you weigh? Don't say it, but do you know what you weigh? Oh, you don't? All right, well, you don't have to weigh in either. I'm going to guess that you're somewhere around 225, somewhere in that realm right now.
We actually depleted down, so when those videos that you've seen when I'm hitting most musculars in a window and everything, I was about 230, 235, and we depleted down. It's my first time doing a depletion like this. So as I'm seeing the scale fall, I'm like, hey, we gotta fix this. Something's not right. But now that we're carving back up and everything's just sticking, I'm starting to feel it back and feel all the weight come back. So I'm feeling good.
I mean, every couple pounds you put on looks like 10 pounds, I swear. You have that quality of the muscle, just the round fullness. You remind me so much of guys like Phil Heath and Dexter Jackson, where the muscles look like they're just going to pop. They're so full to bursting. And, you know, a lot of guys, as they put on sides, they don't necessarily get better, but I see you get better and better every time you're competing. So, you know, how'd the off-season go? Because the Olympia was the last show. Because you didn't have much of an off-season, right?
No, did Olympia, and then I was actually doing my own thing, really, you know, just being a dad and being with, you know, my lady or whatever, eating whatever I wanted. I was still lifting, working out and everything. Then I actually met my coach, and then he put me on an off-season diet. This is my first time doing an off-season diet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and in the off-season we hit almost about 250.
Wow.
And high carbs, I think I was eating probably around 800 grams of carbs a day. Protein was up to 500-600 a day of grams. So yeah, it was big, and it's crazy too because I was able to maintain a small waist.
So I was going to say your waist does not look any bigger, even though you put on probably about 20 pounds of muscle since I first saw you compete.
And it's crazy too because from Olympia, you know, I had a few people telling me, dude, you're not going to get any bigger. Like, you're not ready yet to do a real off season. And then this is the biggest and leanest I've been.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, have you ever gone into a show as a heavy favorite before, or is this the first time? Because you know, you're on Instagram now. You hear all the talk, and you see what people, how they comment on your posts. No disrespect to anybody in the show. There's some other great guys in here, but you are the heavy favorite. How does it feel walking in with that, knowing that people are expecting you to win?
Oh, it's a crazy feeling. It's a lot of pressure because at the same time, you know, you do have those fans and you don't want to let them down. It's where you don't want to let your family or yourself down. So there's a lot of things that you want to live up to, but, you know, it's way better than what it was when I first started, when people see a lineup with my name on it and they skip over it. So coming from that to now being the talk, it's great. So it's just more motivation to live up to what everybody wants to see.
It's crazy because, you know, I'm part of that doing the previews and stuff, and I remember like seeing that Tonio Burton. I don't know who that is. Just skip right over. You don't even get a mention on the previews. And now I don't know if you saw the preview that Giles and I did a few days ago, but yeah, we were ranting and raving about you because, you know, we're both fans of shape and condition and proportion, all that, and you're one of those physiques that has everything. It's just getting bigger and better. Is this Coach? Coach
right here,
Classic
yes.
Bloom. I know everyone by their Instagram names. You can hop in over here if you don't mind. What's your actual name? It's Classic Bloom, BLUM.
Yeah, it's Dylan Blum.
Dylan.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Dylan, so how long have you been working with Tonio?
23 weeks this week. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And you know, when you first started working with him, what were the goals? Like, what did you want to help him achieve with his physique?
First, digestion was kind of a big deal too because I know he did back-to-back shows. I know he didn't have much of a chance for a break from the last shows, and just from the Olympia physique, it was more of a worn down physique, but also a combination of being sick and all those things. So I said, hey, let's just kind of play the health part of it and just kind of push food. And he responded so well, and I was on his ass every day. I was like, hey, man, hey, how you doing? He goes, hey, I'm good. But I'd be texting every day because I knew his potential, man. And I said, hey, dude, like I'm coming up, he's coming up. I said, we want to come on together. Like, I want us to, be a team and the communication be, superior. And so, every day, man, he started growing and growing. And then I think we were 9 weeks out, and we were like 248, like with a little bit of line glutes and abs. And I was like, okay, man. I said, about time to pull down. He goes, you sure? I was like, yeah, it's good. Pull down. He wanted to keep growing. But we're originally going to do Cali, and we just had so many people say, do New York. And I was like, man, like, that's a prestigious show. And I was all right, let's do it. And as soon as I told him, man, Tonio lit up and just on fire, and just every day just morphed, man. So, yeah, this was definitely a fun experience, man. I'm very thankful for both of us, and we're a good team, man.
Yeah, New York Pro. I mean, we got Rami's a 2-time New York Pro champion. Phil Heath won it. Branch Warren. I'm trying to think who hasn't won New York Pro out of all the top guys. So, is that in your head that if I win this show, I'm up there with some phenomenal athletes, some legends of the sport?
Oh, yeah, and that's the first thing I was doing is going back and looking at past New York pros. So it's crazy to know and hear people, say, oh, he reminds me of Phil Heath or he reminds me of Dexter. So just, hearing those things is like it gives you another goal to chase, to get to that and then get past that. So I think that's what motivates me the most, is just like keep doing what we're doing and, growing slow and building quality muscle and not, forcing anything and making the waist blow out or anything. So
I don't know if you've worked with any athletes with this type of genetics in your career so far, but it must, as a coach, you have to work with all kinds of people with different levels of gifts and so forth. But when you have someone like that, is it kind of exciting because basically the sky's the limit with what this guy's capable of accomplishing?
Yeah, so speaking of genetics, I've had one really good person that had amazing genetics, but Tonio is definitely next level. But it's one of those things, like, there's genetics, and then there's, like, genetics that work hard.
Yes.
Tonio is a brute, man. Doesn't really complain, just does it, and, like, that makes it easy. But there's a lot of pressure on me, though, because he is, I think, the future of the sport, so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're taking this one show at a time. Right now it's all about New York Pro and stuff, but, ultimately you went to the Olympia last year first time, and that was a heck of an Olympia to make your debut at. What is it, 40? What do we have, 32? 40? Was it like 40? There was too many people, put it that way. I mean, how would you like this year's Olympia to be different from last year's Olympia as an experience for you?
I think last year's Olympia we could have done way better than what I did place, but like he was saying, I did get sick beginning of peak week, and I didn't end up fighting off that sickness until about Wednesday, Thursday when my weight started to drop. Up until then, I looked like a water balloon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I was in a sauna for 2 hours, 3 hours a day, doing 3 hours of cardio, anything to try to get this water off to be able to compete. But this year, I think from what we're doing now, it's only just going to get more motivating to push even deeper too. So he tries to pull me off cardio, but I'm like, no, I'm going to do some more cardio. He'll text me, hey, we got 30 minutes. So I'll be like, all right. And next thing I did 50 minutes, he doesn't know. So always pushing to be better. So, This year's Olympia, I'm hoping it's the same lineup it was to prove myself, because I hope everyone comes in on point. Because if you beat someone who's not on point, then you get it's because of this. So now I'm coming for it. It's time to hunt.
I think 2023 in general is going to be a better year than 22, than 21 was. Every year is going to be better and better for you.
Oh, yeah.
You're on the way up. I deal with a lot of guys who've been at this high level for a long, long time, but it's always exciting to see someone who's on the climb. It's just fun to watch. So it's fun to watch you make these improvements too, because, as great as you look now, I bet a year from now you're going to look way better than this. A year after that, way better, and so on, till eventually you'll plateau out and be, as great as you need to be. But right now we're watching history in the making. Is a little dramatic to say, but a great bodybuilding champion, one of the very top pros in the making. I honestly believe that. So I wish you the best of luck, Tonio. Thank you so much for taking the time, guys.
Absolutely.
Go get some food, rest, tan, whatever you guys got to do. Appreciate it. So check him out tomorrow, guys. Tonio Burton, New York Pro, open bodybuilding coverage right here, brought to you by musculardevelopment.com and sponsored by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Gus.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.